Okay, so let's dive into this. If you're running a business, well, you know that phrase, right? Work smarter, not harder. But the reality, especially for, SMB leaders, it often feels like you're just chained to the day-to-day stuff.
Just putting out fires constantly, no time to breathe.
Exactly. Too busy with the urgent to even stop and really look at the one big thing that's actually holding you back, slowing down growth. It's like analysis paralysis, but it's forced on you by just being overwhelmed.
Right. And that feeling, that chronic state of just operational exhaustion, that's pretty much the birthplace of the business solution we're looking at today. So our mission in this deep dive is to really unpack this specific modern approach. It's a highly targeted kind of intervention that seems to be getting a lot of traction, the Fix My Business 1 week sprint.
A 1 week sprint, 7 days. That sounds, I don't know, less like traditional consulting and maybe more like business emergency surgery.
Well, it's meant to be surgical, yeah. That's the design. We're looking at something hyper streamlined. It's a one-time service, and the whole point is immediate clarity, actionable results, all inside 7 days. This rapid fix idea, it's really an evolution that had to happen. It's moving away from those really long, sometimes multi-month, expensive consulting gigs.
Right, the ones that promise the world but take forever.
Exactly. This is shifting towards something super targeted, time-bound. For an SMB owner who's focused on growth, it's all about solving that urgent, mission-critical problem now.
That shift, that distinction you made from like an open-ended project to a finite, urgent intervention, that seems really key. Because if you look back at how consulting used to work, the standard approach was always this exhaustive deep dive, wasn't it?
Analyze everything.
Yeah, look into every single part of the company, promise this huge transformation, and, well, charge a lot for it. And while being thorough sounds good, the sources we looked at suggest that model often it missed the mark.
Too slow, too expensive sometimes.
Right. It didn't really address that need for quick, measurable wins that, small and medium businesses really thrive on.
And what's interesting is that this faster model, this rapid intervention thing, it didn't really come from consultants wanting to sell less time. It seems like it came out of sheer necessity. Founders, leaders, they're just swamped with complexity, right? So many competing priorities. They just can't afford to wait 6 months for someone to tell them what's wrong.
They need help now.
Exactly. The market needed something that could offer focused attention and, importantly, tangible progress in just a week, replacing that endless analysis with, rapid, high-value action.
Okay, so if we boil it down, this service seems to hit on 3 things that SMBs really need to escape that analysis paralysis trap: speed, focus, and practicality.
That's a good way to put it.
So results within 7 days, laser focus on just one high-impact problem, and delivering actual steps, not just, generic advice from a textbook.
Yeah, no fluff.
Okay, but let me play devil's advocate here for a second, because I bet some listeners are thinking this too.
Yeah.
7 days. That's really not a lot of time.
It's tight.
Yeah. So if I'm a founder and I've got this chronic problem, maybe something that's been bugging me for a year, if I spend money on this surgery, I'm basically betting everything on the expert, picking the right problem to fix in that first conversation.
That's a huge risk, yeah.
What if we pick a symptom, not the real root cause? Then the whole week is kind of wasted, isn't it? How do you make sure that initial kickoff call doesn't go wrong?
That is a really, really important question. And the answer has to be in how that first strategy call is handled. Step 1. The expert's job there isn't just to listen passively. It's actually to challenge the owner's assumptions. They have to work together to pinpoint the absolute core operational issue, the linchpin problem.
So really push back sometimes.
Definitely. If the founder comes in saying, "My sales team is underperforming," the expert needs to immediately dig deeper. Like, okay, is that really about morale? Or is your client handoff process so broken that good leads are just dying before they even get properly logged?
Ah, okay. So you're forcing that precision right from the start. Got it. Choose the battle carefully and pick the one that gives the biggest immediate bang for the buck.
Precisely. And that focus leads straight into step 2, the rapid workflow audit. Now, rapid here doesn't mean sloppy or rushed.
Right. How do they do it quickly then?
It's achieved through what you might call data triage. Instead of looking at everything, they skip the big, broad surveys and immediately focus the audit on maybe just 2 or 3 specific data streams, the ones most likely to reveal the bottleneck for that specific problem they identified in step 1.
Can you give an example?
Sure. So if the agreed upon problem is, say, client onboarding friction, They wouldn't look at the entire company budget. They'd look very specifically at maybe the time gap between a contract being signed and the first actual deliverable going out, or maybe client feedback scores from the first 30 days.
Okay, so you save potentially weeks of digging through irrelevant data.
Exactly. It's about radical prioritization, narrowing the scope, not just skimming the surface.
Makes sense. So once that focused audit is done, the founder needs more than just a report card, right?
Right.
What actually gets delivered in the last few days of the week?
Right. Based on those specific findings, you move into step 3, developing the custom action plan. And critically, this isn't some theoretical white paper you file away.
Hopefully not.
No, it's designed to be an actionable, realistic blueprint. And it comes with hands-on support to actually start implementing it, which flows right into step 4, direct founder-focused support. The delivery is meant to be purely practical. It's about rolling up sleeves, maybe helping set up a new process, configuring a tool, making sure real progress happens during that week. They aren't just telling you what to do. In many cases, they're helping you start doing it so the momentum sticks after the sprint weekends.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for me. Why does putting this tight time limit, the 7-day constraint, why might that actually lead to better results than giving a traditional consultant, say, 6 months? It seems counterintuitive.
Well, it forces decisions, for one, but it also connects directly to something essential for SMBs today: agility. Adaptability.
Oh, so?
Think about it. If a business is constantly struggling with one big internal issue, let's use the example of recurring inventory errors, they lose bandwidth. They lose the mental space and the operational capacity to react quickly to external stuff like, I don't know, sudden supply chain issues or competitors' move.
True. You're bogged down internally.
Exactly. So fixing that one internal drag, even if it seems small in the grand scheme, it immediately frees up that cognitive and operational energy. It lets them be more agile again.
We actually found some really interesting external validation for that idea in the sources. There's a quote here from Harvard Business Review. They say that short, targeted interventions can have an outsized impact on growth-minded businesses by curbing analysis paralysis and fostering a culture of decisive action.
That nails it. Curbing analysis paralysis, that's precisely the mechanism. The sprint, by its nature, forces that decisive action where maybe there was just endless deliberation before.
Stops the overthinking cycle.
Absolutely. And, Marcus Lemonis, known for his really hands-on turnaround work.
Yeah, from The Prophet.
Right. He echoes this exact idea. He argues, basically, that many SMBs just need one problem fixed right now to unlock growth. It's compelling. We often think we need this massive overhaul, build a whole new system.
When maybe you just need to unclog one pipe.
Exactly. Maybe the constraint forces you and the expert to find and fix that one specific structural blockage.
That idea of unlocking growth through constraint. It's powerful. And there was another perspective from Ellen McCarthy, a consultancy veteran. She really highlighted the psychological side of this.
Oh, yeah, that was interesting.
She observed that an intensive week like this can literally be the difference between stagnation and momentum. And she pointed out that seeing real measurable change happen quickly, it validates the owner, it confirms they're on the right track, and that spark can ignite longer-term innovation.
That initial win, that burst of confidence, it makes tackling the next bigger challenge seem possible.
Yeah, it fuels the fire.
Okay, so to make this less theoretical, let's look at a couple of the real-world examples that came up in the sources. How does this actually play out? Take the first one. A local retailer. They were just constantly battling inventory problems, discrepancies, shrinkage.
Oh, it's a classic headache. Drains cash. Wastes so much time on manual checks.
Absolutely. So they went through a 7-day sprint. And the key fix, interestingly, wasn't buying some fancy, expensive new inventory system.
Oh, what was it then?
It was more tactical. It involved integrating their existing POS system and their CRM using just a simple webhook, something quick to set up. And they also introduced a really simple 2-person daily audit checklist. Low-tech, high-impact.
It's simple but effective.
Right. The result was almost immediate streamlining of their stock management. That led directly to less shrinkage and, importantly, improved cash flow. And the key point is these results, these changes were implemented and starting to show effects in days, not waiting months for a big report.
Wow. Okay. That's a clear process win. What about something less tangible, maybe, like workflow in a service business?
Good question. The second case study was a marketing agency founder. They used this time-boxed approach to fix their client onboarding workflow.
Onboarding. That can be a silent killer if it's clunky. Causes delays, client anxiety.
Totally. It's mission critical, but often overlooked, right? Poor onboarding leads to churn down the line.
So what was the fix there?
In their sprint, the intervention focused on unifying all the different client intake forms they were using into a single platform. And they automated the very first internal follow-up step, just to make sure nothing fell through the cracks right after a contract was signed.
Again, sounds relatively straightforward, but probably made a huge difference.
Huge difference. Fixing that specific workflow led to smoother operations overall. Clients were happier because expectations were set clearly from day one. And the direct result, a much higher client retention rate.
These examples really do show the versatility, don't they? It's not just about fixing a machine on a factory floor. It could be process improvement, like the retailer, or team alignment issues, maybe blocking things, or these workflow and logistical snags, like the agency.
Exactly. The type of problem can vary wildly, but the methodology, that radical prioritization, the rapid audit, the actionable plan within a week, that seems to be the constant.
So let's bring this back to the listener. If you're a business owner and you're listening to this and you're nodding along because you have one of those chronic operational headaches,
You know the one.
yeah, you know the one. What's the practical takeaway here? Based on what we've discussed from the sources, what should you consider when you're thinking about how to get help?
Okay, 3 key things seem to stand out. First, if you've got a really persistent process problem, something your team just keeps getting stuck on, maybe consider this kind of intensive short-term expert help instead of just defaulting to open-ended long-term consulting. Look for that surgical injection of expertise, maybe not the indefinite commitment.
Focus the investment.
Right. Second, stay really open to that outside perspective. You might be sure you know what the problem is or even the solution. But fresh eyes, even in just a 7-day sprint, they can often spot things you've completely overlooked precisely because they aren't bogged down in your company's history and assumptions.
Get out of your own echo chamber for a week.
Yeah. And finally, and this is probably the most crucial, prioritize finding the root cause with the expert. Don't settle for fixing symptoms. The most effective sprints, based on these examples, are the ones that really tackle what's truly holding back your capacity for growth, not just the noisy, visible problems on the surface.
That really ties it all together. It feels like the demand for this kind of quick, credible help that gives you measurable results without that huge, lengthy commitment. It's definitely rising. And it makes sense because the whole business environment just keeps speeding up, doesn't it?
It really does.
So this fix my business 1-week sprint idea, it's almost like the market adapting to that need for speed, offering a way out of that analysis paralysis quicksand.
Precisely. And maybe here's a final thought, something for you to chew on as you think about your own business's sticking points. Consider the psychological impact. What happens inside a founder's head or a leadership team's heads when they see real, tangible change, real progress on a problem that's plagued them, and they see it in just 7 days?
It's got to be powerful.
Right. If that quick success provides validation, if it sparks genuine momentum almost immediately, how might that initial burst of confidence actually change your willingness, your team's willingness, to then tackle the bigger, maybe more foundational long-term changes that you also need to make? Think about it. Leveraging a single focused week, not just as a quick fix, but potentially as a genuine turning point for your entire business